I hear you, but I can't see you.
Just give it a few seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Can you see me now?
Yeah, I can see you. Hi.
Hi, how are you today?
Great. Today I slept a lot.
Oh, that's good.
It's good. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. So are you ready for our class?
Sure.
Okay, so our topic for today is happiness rankings around the world.
Oh,
Okay.
that's okay. I will read it.
Yeah.
The World Happiness Report measures happiness in countries around the world and is based on 6 key criteria. These include GDP per capita, social support, healthy life expectancy, freedom to make life decisions, generosity, and level of corruption people believe exists. In general, Scandinavian countries were at the top of the report because of their strong economy, established social support systems for their citizens, and trustworthy governments. The countries which were just below the top positions had somewhat weaker economies, poorer support networks, or both. Most sub-Saharan countries in Africa found themselves at the bottom of the happiness scale, as also were war-torn countries. War-torn countries. The questionnaire was based on the central scale. Respondents imagined a ladder with steps numbered from 0 at the bottom to 10 at the top. The top of the ladder represented an ideal life, and the bottom of the ladder represented the worst possible life. People who answered the questions had to imagine on which step of the ladder they currently stood. An important discovery revealed that countries with high levels of trust better handled the most recent economic crisis. Countries without much trust didn't do as well, and some countries continue to struggle economically. The report demonstrates that happiness must be viewed as an accepted measure of social progress and goal of various public policies. As a result, more governments have begun to use this information when crafting new policies which enable their citizens to live better lives.
Okay, good. Now please repeat after me. Say questionnaire.
Questionnaire.
Right, good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so true or false?
Mm-hmm.
The happiness report is based on only 6 questions.
Only? Yes. True.
True.
Mm-hmm.
6, actually, it didn't
Six
say.
questions, 6 criteria.
Yes, 6 criteria. Okay. Scandinavian countries provide enough income and social support for their citizens.
True.
True. People who answer the questions first imagined ideal situations.
Uh, Imagine the ideal situation.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. I'm not sure. I think they choose the bit based on the letter where they
Yes.
stood. Ah, yeah.
So false. So
Mm-hmm.
the article suggests that social togetherness and support is a very important factor.
True.
Information in the report hasn't been yet used to decide policies by governments.
First.
False. Good. So, where on the scale do you think your country falls?
Um. Korea. Usually Korea is like regarded unhappy countries. Yes,
Hmm?
because of the a lot of work. Our maybe like capital per person is not that low, but other like other criteria like life. I feel like healthy life expectancy is long, but social support is not bad. But freedom to make life decisions, generosity, and the level of corruption people believe exists is like bad. I think.
It's bad.
In Korea, I think.
Okay. So, what could your country likely do to increase its rank?
I'm not sure, but these days, many things are changing, such as for the freedom to make life decisions. In the past, like in the workplace, the life in the workplace it was really
Uh-huh.
hierarchical,
Hierarchical, yeah.
hierarchical. So like if the boss just decide that like other workers should follow, and like boss was like kind of regarded as a king. But these days, like there is kind of law that to protect like workers and people, the who like call center, who work in call center, people kind of who kind of have a lot of suffer with the emotional, like
Yeah, in a
emotional emotional
toxic
working
workplace. You mean those who work in a toxic workplace?
in toxic.
Toxic
No, I don't,
workplace.
I mean, people who should always smile, who provides a service, who provide service. The people who work in service area.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Before, like customer was king and the boss was king, but these days there's some law that protect their work, the field workers.
Hmm, that's good. Why is that? Why did they start implementing that law?
Um. I think that kind of work is usually apply to the people who work in the call center and the who because like so many people just like call to the call center worker and they swear
Yeah.
bad words
Mm-hmm.
and just like shout or something. So there's so many like the people who work there in that field is really stressful.
Stressed?
Yeah, stressed out a lot.
Ah, so they're trying to lighten up the burden of these employees.
The kind of laws try to make people to the kind of law try to protect their protect the right that they should regard the human uh highness, they like uh the human highness, because when like unknown anonymous people just like just swear to me
Ah,
without context, is it uh it harm the it harm the workers' rights.
random people.
Random people, yeah, just like the rights, like
Mm-hmm.
regarded as a, like some like so in the so when we call the call center these days, there's kind of like information like this the people who are calling you right now is some like is another person's daughter, another person's mom, so or like another person's precious children, like that. So please don't swear and respect them, please, like this.
That's right. That's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, if you could institute any change in your country, what
Mm-hmm.
would it be?
Institute.
Yes. If you can create a new change in your
uh,
country.
for the increasing happiness ranking.
Mm-hmm.
Um, happiness ranking. Mm, happiness ranking. Mm, I don't know. What do you think? Do you have any recommendation?
Mm, before we answer that, it's best to identify which of the 6 key factors do you think is most important? And then let's think of how we can improve that. So which of the 6 do you think is most important?
Like capitalism, social support, health, level of corruption, generosity. This is kind of tough question.
In my country, I think the level of corruption is the most important. So
do you think level of corruption people believe is most important?
Yes, because there is enough social support. Life expectancy, I think is good. We have the freedom to make life decisions. Freedom is very their exercise to freedom is very much practiced here in the Philippines.
These days.
So yeah, I think the level of corruption should be decreased.
It's true, because if the level of corruption is really high, then we might lose the motivation.
And the trust of the
and the trust. But I think these six key criteria is so important that I cannot say I cannot say I should replace one of it, but I want to add that the time that people can enjoy their leisure. Because I think these 6 criteria is all important, and I want to add one on that kind of thing, because if these days as the technology developed, we have kind of a lot of free time, but however at the same time it became really competitive. So if we have the free time, we believe that we should use this kind of time effectively, efficiently, not just having good time, spend good time with family, or spend time just take back and rest. I feel like if I have the good enough time to good enough free time by myself, I don't feel really I don't feel really I don't feel what can I say? I don't feel really relief. I feel a little burden. I should use this time efficiently. I should learning languages. So yeah.
Right, and you won't feel too exhausted as well. Yeah, that's a good addition.
And I believe the people around me feel I feel like people around me is kind of satisfied with this 6 criteria at least amounts, but the key factor they don't feel they are really happy is because they usually just exhausted. They usually exhausted and don't have enough time to refresh.
Yeah. Okay, so what is the reason behind their exhaustion? Why do you think they don't have enough leisure time?
Definitely because of the competitive and competition. And there are a lot of work to do these days. Like these days, when my father and mother generation, if they can speak English fluently, they are really elite, and many employer want that kind of people. But these days, speaking English is one of essential, or just one of the essential ability, and we need other certifications and ability to coding, social prove to our social ability like that. So As the technology developed, the machine replaced our work, such as housekeeping work. They replaced our work a lot. But on the other side, we should do. But on the other
hand,
but on the other hand, they were always like thinking that we shouldn't spend our time just randomly. So that kind of thinking make people to work a lot, try to seek around the work, and they need to fill out their time with working.
I see. I can understand how exhausting that must be.
And also before in the past there it was kind of simple that people can do by themselves, because there wasn't many information, so people doesn't know what to do, so people just share their ideas like just with their neighbors. But these days the internet is so developed, we can easily look around what the successful people's lifestyle. So so everyone would have kind of like their criteria is different, but everyone like kind of thinking that they want to be success in some point, but the point is different. But we know how to do because of the internet. We can share the information. We can get the information easily. But if we don't success, the fault became to all of the fault. Blames are belongs to ourselves.
I didn't get that. If we don't succeed,
we don't succeed. We know how to succeed because of the internet. We can get information. We can know how successful people we can know what successful people lifestyle, but it's really difficult to apply to our life like 100%. But so we kind of sometimes complain that I want to be successful, but like I can't be successful. But however, the society kind of say, you know how to be successful, successful, because of you can get information in the internet. The only thing that you can't be success is because of you doesn't apply you don't work hard. Like this. So the blame things become when we doesn't know, when there wasn't the internet, we didn't know, we didn't have the information. So the blame can be diverse to the society problem or the technology problem. But these days, if there's something problem in the life cycle, the blame cannot be direct to the responsible, is getting direct to the personal people. Getting to the personal life, getting to direct to the person.
The blame, yes. Yeah. So the individual gets the blame because you have the resources.
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
But still, you're unable to become successful. Why? Because you did not do exactly what you're supposed to do.
Oh yeah, that's true. But I think they kind of, but people are different. Every people are different, so we can, even though we know how to do, even though we have resources, it's really difficult to apply. It's really, but that kind of thinking, I think, making people exhausted and making people guilty. I think so, like that.
Okay, so we say every person is different.
Every person is different.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Right. We have different sets of skills, different abilities.
Yeah,
So
true.
even though the resources are available, it's still not. It still doesn't mean we can have the same level of success.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, April, are you a generally happy person?
Generally, I think so. I was like totally kind of happy person when I was like in the US, just like hang out with the friends and just doesn't care about the test a lot. But these days, these days I kind of conflict with the things that I want to do and the things that I supposed to do and I like I have to do. Yeah, so these days is kind of like suffer. For today, I usually make daily plan. I'm kind of the planning person. So
Oh.
yeah, I'm the kind of plan person. But today I planned in my diary like I should check the things and sort of I'm these days I'm like preparing for the Excel certification test.
Mm-hmm.
So today I was supposed to like take the not the exact one, just before one, 2017 one.
Ah, the previous exam?
Yeah, previous exam. There is resources in the internet, so I downloaded. So I supposed to solve that today, but I just slept. Yes, when I wake up, I was feel really refreshed. I feel like this morning I was really exhausted. I was really sleepy. I don't feel really good, but when I wake up, I feel much refreshed and motivated. But at the same time, I feel guilty. Oh, I just slept. I have a lot of things to do today, but I just slept. That kind of thing is kind of yeah. In the microvision, the kind of things are for today and for like 4 months. I like our regular semester. The regular semester is upcoming. I should take care of like the exams and the test score and the relationships between me like such as just as a friends with the friends and yeah so social networking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just care about it and yeah so like I love to make people in person and having a good time with people, but at the same time like social networking is one kind of burden too.
Yeah,
The
understand.
kind of things are conflicting these days. So if when I was in the when I was in the US and during my exchange students, I just tried to thinking about what I really want to do, and, and at that time, because of the exam that I took at there doesn't count it in my score.
What?
Yeah,
Why?
because like it only says in my home score. It only says I just just take this class and no score is counted. The score isn't counted. So I didn't have to care about the score a lot when I was in the US. And also compared to Korea professor, US professor gave the score like generously.
In the US,
Yeah. They
it's
were
the
kind of
opposite.
generous, like score giver. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
generous, like checker. But like here, people are kind of professor picky in terms of the exam. So I should take care of, and when I'm preparing the exam, I really excited. I prepare for like 2 weeks in a row and
Mhm.
excited. So yeah, I kind of refresh a lot during the exchange student, but I'm kind of worried and a little bit like looking for the things that I have to do and supposed to do for my career. Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm on that stage right now, so I'm not sure I can say I'm the general happiness, but I try to look on the bright side.
Yes, that's it. Well, that's
As
what's
possible.
important.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it. You're very diligent. You love studying, you love planning, you're organized.
I really hope to be diligent and organized person. I want to like it that kind of things that I want to be, but not always. I'm sometimes a spontaneous and just sometimes just take rest.
Yeah,
But
that's
usually I just plan for organized person.
yeah, that's good. I do that too. Most of my daily schedule is it's planned, but sometimes I do things just because I feel like doing it. That's good. All right. So good job today, April. So please review the chat box for this corrected sentences. I'll talk to you again next week.
Can I ask one question?
Sure.
Do you feedback a lot with the headquarter of this system, headquarter of the person of the ICT?
Do I give feedback?
Yeah, feedback.
No, he hasn't asked me yet, but
I was just wondered because like the as the time passed as we made again and again, our like question levels become like, I really love it. Become a bit like higher. I really love it that I can think about the question. I try to make the good term for like relative term. I really love it, but yeah, I was just wondered.
I see. Don't worry. I try to take my notes as much as I can so that if we have to give reports, it's just there.
Thank you.
All right. Have a good night.
Good night. See you next
See
week.
you.
Yeah, have
Bye-bye.
a good week. Have a good weekends.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.